Mile offshore, I can see the lamp in your hand, Highlander, beckoning me. I say I need a safe place to land. Mile offshore, guess I'm home, my friend. Catch a full night of sleep again. I'm not going back out again, my friend. From a mile offshore, it looks like 73. So little has changed, this one pub village I see. The windows glisten, the hills are green. I hear your voice calling out to me. From here we both could be 17 again. I hear your mother and father gone. They say I'm not the type you can depend upon. Looking in from this line of sight, I can only say your mother and father were right. Mile offshore, the dolphins dance by my hull, circling me from the lilting song of the gull. I know that's what I've been sailing toward. When I tie down, you can climb aboard for a little dance, a sweet reward to ourselves. My long, clear history of selfish deeds, I come home with only apologies. There's no blame if you turn your back. To hell with that, you're out there waiting for me. While offshore, I can see the lamp in your hand, beckoning me. I say I need a safe place to land. Mile offshore, guess I'm home, my friend. Catch a full night of sleep again. I'm not going back out again, my friend. Thank you. Mile offshore, guess I'm home, my friend. Catch a full night of sleep again. I'm not going back out again, my friend. Mile offshore, I can see the lamp in your hand. Back, ho, 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 ho. Mile offshore, guess I found a safe place to land. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Mile offshore, ho, ho, ho. Mile offshore, ho, ho, ho. Mile offshore, ho, ho, ho. Thank you, thank you. A mile offshore. Beware, beware the Ides of March. Can I fill up 90 minutes with songs related to the Ides of March? So what is there? What is there really? There's March, and there's blood, because there's Calpurnia, Caesar's wife, and her dreams. There's dreams because she had the bad dream about blood. So there's blood. There's a soothsayer, who said, "Beware the Ides of March." So put it all together. Do we have 90 minutes of songs on this subject? A lot of songs that mention dreams, like this one. I got over you 4, maybe 5 years ago. Other loves have stopped the flow of my tears. I don't sit home alone, but 'tis still the matter of my dreams. No one one's kisses wiped them clean, still the matter of my dreams. I'm alone with you, laughing at silly jokes. I never did get tired of hearing the word. They were my spring of hope, but you're still the matter of my dreams. That's where I take you home with me, still the matter of my dreams. You could leave taking everything I own, but my love won't go if you don't understand. That's two of us. I said that's two of us. You could leave taking everything I own, but my love won't go if you don't understand. That's two of us. I said that's two of us. I got over you 4, maybe 5 years ago. Other loves have stopped the flow of my tears. I don't sit home alone, but they're still the matter of my dreams. No one's kiss has wiped them clean, still the matter of my dreams. Still the matter of my dreams. And Ides of March, it's about March 15, and it's about Calpurnia's dream. And the soothsayer, actually it's about the soothsayer's prediction. Then Calpurnia had that bad dream. But for me, it's also about Smokey, because Smokey was born on March 26th. Smokey was the dog that I grew up with. You'll be hearing a little more about Smokey this month, because Smokey's 55th birthday would be this March 26th. And so in memory of that, I guess, I've been releasing a lot of my older stuff on the streaming services. And once every month, I've released one of the more recent ones from the last 10 years, but I've also been throwing in a couple of the others. And over the last weekend, I threw in Report of the Chairman. I think Smokey's in that one. The song I wrote, this one, I think is in Report of the Chairman, that I just released last week. I released it for another reason, too. Might be actually in the other one, the Dunk Tank. But I think it's Report of the Chairman. Anyway, Smokey would be 55 on March 26th, so I'm going to play my song for Smokey, which I guess sadly enough I didn't write it when Smokey was born, because I wasn't even writing songs then. I wrote it when Smokey passed away. The night he passed away 13 and 12 years later in 1979. Smokey. Born on March 26th, so it fits in the Ides of March theme. Beware the Ides of March, March 15th. Smokey was born on March 26th, which was actually Easter Sunday that year in 1967. Smokey came to live with us on June 2nd, 1967. The day before, you all remember what you were doing on June 1st, 1967. That's the day that you went out and bought Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That's the day that that was released, 55 years ago, June 1st. And then on June 2nd, Smokey came to live at our house. But anyway, that's Smokey. The next one's about dreams as well. See, one of the two songs I've written that came to me in a dream, actually. And this one is the first of the two, actually. Back in 2001, the week after September 11th, I just woke up with this whole song was in my head. So this is 21 and a half years old, but a song based on a dream. Had a dream that I was falling from the sky. Whipped out the cell phone, told my love goodbye. Before I hit bottom, I woke up in my bed. Why can't I drive these demons from my head? These Demons, song that came to me in a dream about September 11th. I wrote it for a few days later. It's all I ever wrote. It's all I ever wrote about September 11th. You know what they say about September 11th? Never forget. Never forget. So don't forget, because that's the day of my Golden Jubilee concert, which I'm trying to remember the name of the place. I know it, but it just slips my mind exactly. The place where Chad and did the Townsend Vance the show last night, XBK, on September 11th, 3:30 to 5:10. I'll be doing my Golden Jubilee concert at XBK. So never forget that. That's the first song I wrote that came to me in a dream. This is the second one. This isn't quite so somber, but this fits in because, once again, it came to me in a dream. Well, they passed a law that I can't smoke in public anymore. Well, I may be a troglodyte. Don't I got no civil rights? Don't I get a vote in this, or is this just how it is? If I can't smoke in Cooney's bar, I'll smoke at home where the children are. They interviewed some waiter who's got problems with his lungs. If the air here makes you cough so hard, you shouldn't work behind the bar. Puts your life in danger, dog. Get a different job. If I can't smoke in Cooney's bar, I'll smoke at home where the children are. I can simply raise my kids the way my dear old daddy did. Wouldn't even close the door. Ashes on the kitchen floor. If I can't smoke in Cooney's bar, I'll smoke at home where the children are. If I can't smoke in Cooney's bar, I'll smoke at home where the children are. Smoke at home. And never forget, September 11th. Smokey had a song about Smokey, and then a song called Smoke at Home right after that. So, And then another song. Most of these about dreams. Most of my Ides of March songs don't have anything about Caesar, but I've got a lot of songs about dreams, like this one. Let you take me to a sushi bar. You got a secret to tell. Whatever it is, it must stick in your throat. No, you don't look so well. We're almost strangers, we're not that close. What could you have to say? I'm gonna give you what you want the most, but you gotta pave the way. Your face is flush, your palms are wet. I'll let you hang for the fun of it, but I got a secret too. I had a dream about you. I can see you're an open book, totally different from me. Spot the target and you get that look. See you draw your bead. Your face is flush, your palms are wet. I'll let you hang for the fun of it, but I got a secret too. I had a dream about you. I can't tell you what it was. That would be giving up too much, giving up control. Oh man, I gotta play the role. Your face is flush, your palms are wet. I'll let you hang for the fun of it, but I got a secret too. I had a dream about you. Your face is flush, your palms are wet. I'll let you hang for the fun of it, but I got a secret too. I had a dream about you. I had a dream about you, baby. I had a dream about you. I had a dream about you. Song about dreams. You know, I always follow that one with this one. I don't know how this one figures into anything really, but no, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it. Doesn't have anything to do with anything, and I'm not going to play it. It's Russian roulette. I'm not going to play Russian roulette. I figure don't want anything with the word Russian in it right now. Unless it's totally deprecatory of Russia, and this really, well, if there isn't anything more deprecatory of Russia than Russian roulette, I don't know what it could be, but anyway, I'm not going to do it. The next one fits in because I wrote it in March. You know, for 6 years, from 1997 until 2003, the months of February and the first week of March, I did one thing, which is I played Michael in the Tony and Tina's wedding at the Playhouse. You know, wasn't quite Shakespeare. It wasn't like Julius Caesar, but you know, it was my role. I for 6 seasons I played that same role, and it was the most fun I ever had on stage doing anything besides playing my original songs. Was playing Michael at Tony and Tina's wedding, and first year we did it, we were all surprised at how much fun it was. This interactive wedding, you know, we got to interact with the guests and everything like that. We got to be as big a jerks as we wanted to be. And the season ended, and we thought, damn, you know, I really, really missed this. And then they brought us back the next year for a second season. Well, you know, still, it was sad when that ended. It always is. And for the very last show, the last day of that run was the first week in March, so that's why that fits in. I think it was like March 6th. And so I bought tickets for the show for my mom and dad to come to the show. It was just incredibly fun. And then John Vyers, the director, and Cheryl, they got married that day. And so basically we did 2 runs, 2 shows that day. We were going to do the regular show for my mom and dad, and then the second one after, which was going to be John and Cheryl's wedding reception. A real wedding reception with the Tony and Tina's cast. What could be more fun than that? Well, as often happens in first week in March, we got a heck of a blizzard. we got hit by a terrible blizzard. And John canceled the show, but he didn't cancel his wedding reception. So we had to drive down in the blizzard and do the show. Then as always, the next day, as I always do after a run finishes and any play I'm in, I always take the next day off of work so I can decompress, because it's always a little sad for me. No matter how hard it was, going through rehearsals and making all the arrangements around, at work and at home around being in this play for a month, it's always sad. So I took the day off, and I was especially sad after Tony and Tina's wedding ended for the second season, because I didn't know it was going to come back for a third and fourth and fifth, sixth, and then the seasons that they had after they fired me. So I went home, and on my day off, snow was still on the ground, couldn't really do anything because it was snowed in, but I wrote this song. This is Michael's song. This is the song that my character would have written or played the day after his old girlfriend got married to that awful lout, Tony. Seeing clear for the very first time in a dog's age, I hate what I find. I did not set out to self-destruct, but here I am, making excuses again. Yes, I'm making excuses again. I don't know the answer yet. Did the goddamn bottle steal my happiness? Or did the bottle fill the hole she left? The story doesn't end. Specter of her yesterday in her white dress, just inches away, dancing in the steady arms of another man. Now I'm making excuses again. Yes, I'm making excuses again. Burn because I can't explain. If I was drinking, I would feel no pain. But I can't keep running when the moment comes to pay for what I've done. I don't know the answer yet. Did the goddamn bottle steal my happiness? Or did the bottle fill the hole she left? The story doesn't end. Michael's song, the song that Michael would have written and sung the day after Tina got married. They had to stop, ultimately had to stop doing it at the Playhouse because they were making a movie of it, so they pulled the script. They pulled the script, basically, so you couldn't use it anymore. And they made this movie, and I finally got to see it, actually, a few months ago. It was terrible, actually. It's not well suited for movie treatment. It's really, it's an interactive play. It's really best suited as a play because you can't interact with your TV set unless, I do sometimes. And my dog does. My dog interacts with the TV set. But at any rate, It's not the same. But, there weren't too many characters. Mila Kunis was in it, I think, maybe. And she may have been Tina. I'm not sure. But you know who played Michael, was that Adrian Grenier from Entourage, that really good-looking guy. So they cast him well. That was appropriate. I didn't recognize too many of the others. The guy that on The Sopranos that plays Big Pussy, he was Tina's dad, but Tina's dad is deceased. So he basically was just there. It was a picture of him. But anyway, so that's the song I wrote the day after the second season of Tony and Tina's wedding ended. In March, it ended in March, and that's why it fits into a March 15th, an Ides of March live stream. Beware the Ides of March. We all know what next Monday is. First day of spring. I'm not going to tell the whole story behind this one because I told it last week. If you would have told me just a year ago where this road would go, maybe I would have turned off then. Or maybe it's one thing that it's just as well to learn myself. You get to the same place in the end. It's like the first day of spring. I finally know the reason for everything. Wave goodbye to the preconceptions. There's no way at all I could see where the finish line would be. It's been years since I've known sanity. It's like the first day of spring. I gotta choose the hatchets for burying. I laid awake for 1,000 reasons to block my view of the sun. I cannot remember one. There's something here for everyone. If you would have told me just a year ago where this road would go, maybe I would have turned off then. Or maybe it's one thing that it's just as well to learn myself. You get to the same place in the end. It's like the first day of spring. I got a new perspective on everything. They say what don't kill me just makes me stronger. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's something I can do. Just another thing I have to prove. On the first day of spring, it's like the first day of spring. It's like the first day of spring. First day of spring. Is it the 21st or the 22nd? If it's the 22nd, it's a week from now, so I may be doing it again next week. If it's the 21st, I may do it again next week too, depending on what my theme is next week. Coming up with these crazy ideas, but Ides of March, beware the Ides of March, March 15th. I saw a production in 2005. We went to for my 15th wedding anniversary. We went to New York City in 2005. And, was it 1990? It was 2005. Went to New York City, spent a week there, and did a lot of different things. Went two Broadway shows, I think. One of them was Julius Caesar, and Denzel Washington played Brutus. Got to see Denzel Washington play Brutus in, I think it was Brutus, in Julius Caesar on Broadway. That was pretty cool. I've watched him. I watched him 3 times already now in the Macbeth. I've never seen Macbeth before, and I've seen Hamlet a bunch of times. I've seen Julius Caesar a few times. I read Julius Caesar. Seen Romeo and Juliet a few times in various forms, including how many times have I seen West Side Story? Seen it twice in a new version already, but never saw Macbeth before. And I have to say, I had to watch it 3 times just so I could just cursorily understand it. But he's nominated for Best Actor for that, and I saw him live playing Brutus on Julius Caesar on Broadway. So beware the Ides of March is all I can say about that. Next thing, another song about dreams, because that's a big part of Ides of March, Calpurnia's dream. And here's about a guy whose dad had a dream, and he wrote a book about it. I had my sister up from Africa, told me our father passed away, stretched down to the basement of my memory, steadily in ace, 'cause they're the dreams from my father I met when I was 12. He said, talk to me, Barry, I don't have time. See, my life is hardly the nursery rhyme. You may not believe this, but once I had plans. Barry, please understand, I got my dreams from my father. My dreams from my father. Carried it all back to America. Tried to pick up where I left off. Maybe I can pass on to my family the lessons I was taught. Thank you, Linda. 'Cause they're the dreams from my father I met when I was 12. He said, talk to me, Barry, I don't have time. See, my life is hardly the nursery rhyme. You may not believe this, but once I had plans. Barry, please understand, I got my dreams from my father. My dreams from my father. I don't judge him for what he was. My mother forgave him, and she moved on. Just don't you judge me for wanting to know his thoughts. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? To know the dreams from my father I met when I was 12. He said, talk to me, Barry, I don't have time. See, my life is hardly the nursery rhyme. You may not believe this, but once I had plans. Barry, please understand, I got my dreams from my father. My dreams from my father. I got my dreams from my father. My dreams from my father. Dreams from my father. And it fits the motif today because it involves dreams, and Ides of March, all about dreams. Also, when I met this guy, the writer of this book that the song is based on, he was a senator, and all these guys, Julius Caesar, Brutus, Julius, Mark Antony, or Mark Antonio, or whatever, they're all senators. So it all goes together. Actually 15 years ago, this 4th of July, that I met President Obama, and you've heard this week he's got the COVID and everything. Looks like he's going to be okay, but a lot of people getting the COVID. You may have heard Sean Penn. Apparently, he went into the Ukraine after this whole invasion started to do a documentary. He went there, and he came back. I guess it was a little too rough, or he just did what he went to do or whatever, and came back. And then he got the COVID, but I think he's going to be okay too. He's an interesting character. He went into the Ukraine when this war is going on. You might remember a few years ago when they're trying to run down that El Chapo, that big drug lord down in Mexico, and Sean Penn apparently made contact with him and found him. He flew into Mexico with some famous Mexican actress, and they were escorted to El Chapo's campground and everything, and even law enforcement didn't know where they were, and so he interviewed him for Rolling Stone. I actually read the story. It's not bad, actually, and then he came back, and I think everybody's pissed at him. Law enforcement's pissed at him because they're trying to find this guy, and El Chapo's pissed at him because right after he went in there, they caught him, and he's never going to get out, unless he digs a hole or something and tunnels out. But whatever, So everybody's after Sean Penn, and then he goes to Ukraine and during this last week, and he comes back with COVID. Anyway, interesting guy, and a good actor too, by the way, But anyway, what does that have to do with any of this? This next one is relevant because here we are, March 15th, and what happens in 2 days? March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. And I'm your perfect entertainment for St. Patrick's Day because I'm full-blooded Irish. So every one of the songs I write is an Irish song. And I'm an Irish performer. But this is my one song and you've heard it. This has something to do with being Irish. My aunt married she was full-blooded Irish too, and she married an Italian guy, creating all kinds of problems in the family, in their family. And then and that was I bet that was 70 years ago. It was. I think this may be a big anniversary this year. I think it may be 70 years ago this year she got married to him. My grandfather was like, I don't want nothing to do with this guy. He's not Irish. And but they did it. They got married, and then ultimately, my Uncle Don was like my grandfather's best friend, and anything my grandfather wanted, my Uncle Don would get for him. But anyway, this is my offering for St. Patrick's Day. Wouldn't speak to her so many days. He was expecting an O'Toole or Quinn or a Hayes. There was real doubt he'd show up to give her away, but on the night before her wedding day, her daddy spoke up asking, where are the Irish boys? Can't you find an Irish boy? If you can't pronounce the surname, do you think it's gonna last? It's the only thing I ask. Go get yourself an Irish boy. It didn't go so well, but Donnie pressed on. I'm gonna get that girl as sure as my last name is long. Before it's over, Daddy will see where he's wrong and realize my feelings are strong. But Daddy spoke up asking, Where are all the Irish boys? Can't you find an Irish boy? If you can't pronounce the surname, do you think it's gonna last? It's the only thing I ask. Go get yourself an Irish boy. There was no real sense of his coming around. Kept his distance till the night that the furnace broke down. Donnie comes with this impressive collection of tools, and in no time they're laughing like fools. I heard Daddy say, you're a good Italian boy. I'm not a good Italian boy. I can't pronounce the surname, but I guess I'll learn in time. 'Cause if you're Betty's friend, you're mine. She's got an Italian boy. She's got an Italian boy. She's got an Italian boy. Italian boys, Irish boys. So that's relevant because St. Patrick's Day is in 2 days. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And the other thing is, Uncle Don, he was Italian, and all those guys, Caesar, Brutus, Mark Antony, all those guys, they're Italian boys too. You talk about the Godfather. There's a lot of golden jubilees this year, by the way. It's my golden jubilee. That's why I'm doing the 50th anniversary show at XBK on September 11th. Never forget. That's why I'm releasing baby pictures. My book about my year on the road with Baby Lester. Thank you, Linda. With Baby Lester and the Buggy Bumpers. That should be out. I'm hoping May 21st. I actually got through the 5th draft of that. I'm having somebody proof it, and then it's off to the publisher. So we'll get that done for my goal. I'm going back to Redlands. It was 50 years ago. 50 years ago this summer that 4 of us went out, high school students, went out to the University of Redlands and spent the summer out there. And first time in California, first time away from home, first time in a plane, and everything. And then it's been 50 years now. I came back from that in September, sat down in the basement of my parents' house, and I wrote my first song, kind of based on the trip. And so that had a lot to do with it. That was 50 years ago. But what's also 50 years ago was The Godfather. The great Mario Puzo book, the Francis Ford Coppola movie, Al Pacino's big movie and everything, and Marlon Brando's one of the last good ones, and it was a classic. It's one probably everybody's list. It's in the top 5 if it's not number 1, and that's 50 years. And so when you're talking about a bunch of Italian boys killing each other, you got The Godfather and Goodfellas on one side, and then on the other side you got Julius Caesar. So beware the Ides of March. So trying to stretch and find 90 minutes worth of stuff on Ides of March and everything. I already mentioned Smokey. Smokey was born on March 26th. Smokey wasn't the only one. Gucci, I think my next dog, was born on March 11th. Lizzie was born in March. Gucci was born in April. Bella, my current dog, was born in October, but two of my 4 dogs were born in March. So. Bella's laying in the sun. I just took her for a 2-mile run. Told her a story about a place called the beach. That would be a lot of fun. Bella's laying in the sun. It will seem like almost no time. I wish I gave her more time, like any of the 5 dogs in my life. I've had marriages that failed, several weekends in a Dexfield jail, that year without a call on the phone or a single piece of mail, just a wagging of a tail. When I was down and I had no fight, I could make it to the cold nights with any of the 5 dogs in my life. If there's one thing I would choose to get right, I'd be holding on with all of my might to any of the 5 dogs in my life. To any of the 5 dogs in my life. To any of the 5 dogs in my life. Any of the 5 dogs in my life. 2 of them were born in March. And of course, you know, beware of the Ides of March, you know, the soothsayer and everything. That probably didn't really come from the soothsayer. That came from William Shakespeare. You know, it's the play really where that came from. And so another part of beware of the Ides of March is Shakespeare. Now this isn't Julius Caesar, but. Well, we all know the tale of the young Spanish prince living in exile in a house so immense that he puts up to help in a village of tents, charges exorbitant rents. When the king passed away quite mysteriously, the young Spanish prince took it personally, ranting and raving from midnight to 3, blaming the death on the queen. Oh, the hall is half full, the mood is intense. Soon a somber address from the young Spanish prince. He spits out the words and they seem to make sense. Esta, o no esta, eso es la pregunta. Now this all may hold a familiar ring, but if you're the prince, it's a serious thing. You lay awake, contemplate, how does one bring revenge for the death of the king? Oh, the hall is half full, the mood is intense. Soon a somber address from the young Spanish prince. He spits out the words and they seem to make sense. Esta o no esta, eso es la pregunta. Now your girlfriend Ophelia, still standing loyal, though you took out her brother with a poison dip foil. The tragedy is the reward for her toils, is to sleep under 6 feet of soil. On an invalid artistic license, brought him from Denmark to Spain, where the young prince, he made such a show of himself, he won't even mention his name. Oh, the hall is half full, the mood is intense. Soon a somber address from the young Spanish prince. He spits out the words and they seem to make sense. Esta o no esta, eso es la pregunta. Oh, the hall is half full, the mood is intense. Soon a somber address from the young Spanish prince. He spits out the words and they seem to make sense. Esta o no esta, eso es la pregunta. Está o no está. Es to be or not to be. Eso es la pregunta. Shakespeare, Hamlet, not Julius Caesar, but Hamlet. And I've seen a lot of Julius Caesar. You know, I talked about West Side Story. You know, Romeo and Juliet. There's probably a lot of adaptations of Romeo and Juliet. You know, in modern culture and everything. But you know, I was watching that. I got addicted to that TV show, Sons of Anarchy, the motorcycle band group, and I was watching it. I got through, and I was watching them just one after the other. It took me about 3 weeks to get through like 10 seasons of it, and I got to the second season, and I realized, well, this is Hamlet. It is Hamlet. They based it on Hamlet. And the reason you know for sure is when I started watching, and each episode they had a name, you know, and it was always, you know, and I started looking at the names of the episodes, and it was like To Be or Not to Be, or Last Poor Yurick, I knew him well, you know, that sort of thing. And so I knew it was Hamlet. It was based on Hamlet. So that's I won't tell you how it ends. I know one time my wife and I went to see a movie at the Varsity, which is rare because there weren't too many movies at the Varsity my wife really wanted to watch. But we went to see something, and there was a preview for the Mel Gibson, Glenn Close version of Hamlet. And I haven't seen that one yet, but I'll watch any version of Hamlet. Actually, my favorite was the Nicole Williamson one. I saw it when I was in college. But I never did see the Mel Gibson, but it was very, you know, the scenery was lush. It looked like it'd be a beautiful production and everything. And it was back before Mel Gibson took that really ugly turn that he took. But and it looked like my wife was watching it. She's kind of like, yeah, I think I'd like to see this. And I leaned over and I told her, I said, you know, he dies in the end. And she got mad at me because I told her how it ended. But what the hell, you know? I should, you know. Anyway. That's that. Young Spanish Prince, Shakespeare, Hamlet, not Julius Caesar. The next one, just because it's about blood, and blood is Calpurnia's dream. Basically, was blood. You know, she said, "Don't go to work today, Julius. I just see a lot of blood." You know, and Julius ended up going to work, and he got bloody. So he should have listened to the wife. Anyway. Don't get liquored up that much. Thursday night I did. Driving back from Lovington, I hit some fucking kid. Now, all the good I'd done in life, it all just goes away. So I speed off down Highway 69 and hide out till Saturday, and let my blood run clean before I let myself be seen. I let my blood run clean. Saying two lay witnesses identified my car. I've asked every soul in Lovington, but don't know who they are. No one saw me drinking. I can plead out to time served, but it's 20 years in prison on some nosy stranger's word. I let my blood run clean before I let myself be seen. I let my blood run clean. If I go 30 hours before turning myself in, I can flush away all traces of my sin and let my blood run clean before I let myself be seen. I let my blood run clean. I let my blood run clean before I let myself be seen. I let my blood run clean. Oh, I let my blood run clean before I let myself be seen. I let my blood run clean. I let my blood run clean. You know what that's about. You know, and it's not about the guy from the Bachelor TV show, you know, because I wrote this song before that happened. But, I know Al Parish, and Al's a great lawyer. He represented that guy that, he apparently had ran over the old man and killed him and then went home, and then and he did call law enforcement. He did try to get an ambulance out there to help the guy, and Al was able to work out a deal with him. They didn't have to go to prison for years and years, and it was an accident. He shouldn't have left the scene and everything, but anyway, I always tell Al, I admire the deal you got, because I did that for a living for a while, what Al does, and I admire the deal you worked out for the guy and everything. I think he should have gone to prison though for making that Bachelor show. I can't think of a bigger crime than that. I tell him I come home, my wife had the Bachelor on, and so I'm gonna cancel the cable if you keep watching that. And then after that they took away Channel 5 for like 2 years. Now we got it back. But I didn't mind that they took away Channel 5 either. I was kind of glad didn't have to have things like that. But The Bachelor. But the only thing I want to watch on Channel 5 is the Academy Awards and the Hawkeye football games. And Mediacom is good about getting us to Hawkeye football games, but they didn't get us the Academy Awards. So I had to search last year, and until I found some pirate station out of Central America or South America where this guy was pirating the Academy Awards. So basically I could see him, but everything was in Spanish, and this guy had his running commentary in Spanish all the way through it and everything. But at least I could see who was getting up and getting the awards and all that. And now we've got it back. I'm no big fan of Dancing with the Stars either, but I don't hate it as much as I hate The Bachelor. Any of those shows, ew, damn. I got to show you, this one isn't on the theme. This is a brand new one. I don't know if I've got this memorized yet or not, but I don't have a lot of people watching, so I'm going to give it a shot. You know the circumstances behind this. I actually played a song a couple weeks ago because it was Fat Tuesday when I did my show, and I had a song I written for my friend's retirement party, which they postponed indefinitely because of the COVID. So nobody had heard that song before that I wrote for, but it was about New Orleans, so I played it on Fat Tuesday for you people. But I tried to tell Brian, I tried to get a hold of him beforehand, so he could watch it at least, if he had the opportunity to watch it, so he could hear the song the first time I played it. So I got on Facebook Messenger, which is the only way I know how to get a hold of this guy, and sent it just a text saying, "Call me right now," and I never heard back from him. I don't think he looks at his Facebook messages anymore. So anyway, the song, and then after I wrote that message, I wrote a song called "Call Me Right Now." I don't know if I've got this memorized, but let's find out. There's two ways to do this, neither is right. Rather be pleasing mine tonight. Call me right now. Call me right now. I know you're at home and I know you're alone. If you don't, I'll be coming around. Don't sit home and drink. It's not what you think. I made my decision and you have to know. I'll just take my business and go. The way it's gone lately, we don't even speak, so I have to assume that there's intrigue. But you promised to come, you don't know if you should, but this time I'm leaving for good. Call me right now. Call me right now. I know you're at home and I know we're alone. If you don't, I'll be coming around. Don't sit home and drink. It's not what you think. I made my decision and you have to know it's either with me or you'll go. The theory at least there is someone for everyone. As wrong as it sounds, guess for me you're the one. And if I move away and I don't even try, I guess I'll regret it for life. Call me right now. Call me right now. I know you're at home and I know you're alone. If you don't, I'll be coming around. Don't sit home and drink. It's not what you think. I made my decision and you have to know. I'll just state my business and go. Call me right now. Call me right now. Call me right now. Yeah, I probably should have waited on that one, but I got about 30% of that memorized, I guess. I can do it when it's just me, but doing it in front of people, it's not quite yet ready yet. But that's a new one. That's a new one. The new ones, I haven't done a lot of new piano songs over the last few years, but they're starting to come out right now. We'll see. But here's another Dream song. You've heard it. I had a dream, I was standing in a long, slow line. Is it what you said? Thought maybe it was you. No, that's never true. I had a dream, I was talking to you one last time. You seemed pleased with what I said, by the way you shook your head. Then the sun came up again. I work so hard at staying occupied. I do it so successfully. 'Cause if I even slow down for a minute, you're back to haunt me. I had a dream that I never made that one mistake. In the awful weeks since then, I could live them out again. Then I woke up in my bed. I work so hard at staying occupied. I do it so successfully. And if I even slow down for a minute, you're back to haunt me. work so hard at staying occupied. I do it so successfully, 'cause if I even slow down for a minute, you're back to haunt me. I work so hard at staying occupied. I do it so successfully, 'cause if I even slow down for a minute, you're back to haunt me. You're back to haunt me. A dream song, another dream song, because Calpurnia had a dream. Now, I'm going to play this song and see if you could tell me why this is relevant to the Ides of March live stream. When I was 9 years old, my daddy brought home this black and white movie. Said, there's the man you need to be, just forget about Springsteen. Then I watched it 21 times, didn't change my mind. Atticus, Schmaticus, I want to be a rock star. Just want to strum on that guitar. What does it take to flunk the bar? Atticus, Schmaticus, I want to be a rock star. When I was 25 and set out to be the man in the movie, make the whole world proud of me, but that wasn't my dream. Looking for a place to get off, but this bus doesn't stop. Atticus, Schmaticus, I want to be a rock star. Just want to strum on that guitar. What does it take to flunk the bar? Atticus, Schmaticus, I want to be a rock star. Like a mangy little dog staggering down a gravel road, good scout, come take me home. Where did your daddy go? Atticus, Schmaticus, I want to be a rock star. Just want to strum on that guitar. What does it take to flunk the bar? Atticus, Schmaticus, I want to be a rock star. Well, that's a good guess, actually. But you know, the song is basically a takeoff on To Kill a Mockingbird. You know, To Kill a Mockingbird. You remember the name of the maid that worked with Atticus Finch and Scout and the boy and everything? Calpurnia. And Calpurnia is Julius Caesar's wife. Now, I think it's a different Calpurnia. I don't think it's the same person. But how many Calpurnias do you know? I never met one. I was in To Kill a Mockingbird at the Des Moines Playhouse, so I knew that Calpurnia. But that's the only Calpurnia I ever met. And I don't remember who played Calpurnia when I saw Julius Caesar and Broadway. And actually, the guy that played Caesar is a kind of a relatively well-known character actor. At least, I don't know if he's a character actor, but he doesn't play lead roles. I think I've seen him on TV shows and stuff like that, like crime shows. You never met a Calpurnia. I don't know, there's too many out there, but that's one thing they have in common, that Calpurnia, don't go to work, Julius. I see all this blood, and then if it was To Kill a Mockingbird, Calpurnia would be the one cleaning up all the blood. So that's how far I had to stretch to try to come up with 90 minutes of Beware the Ides of March songs from this live stream. Looks like I'm going to get close. I don't know if I'm going to get all the way there, but most of them are songs about dreams. This one is a song about. It's off my CD, Ridiculously High from 2012. So it turns 10 years old this year, actually. A lot of songs that I really like on Ridiculously High, but I don't really like the production too much. one thing, you remember, you were around actually when I recorded that. That was the year, probably about the first year you guys started coming to watch me, right about that. And I was playing out at coffee shop on Beaverdale, Grounds for Celebration, and I just had complete laryngitis. And it was right during that month. It was during October when I do my recording. So I recorded all the tracks, and then I went through all the vocals. I had nothing. You know, I did record vocals for all my songs, but the following week I went through and recorded new vocals, and they were better. But they're not good. They're not good. So as I go through all my older CDs and start releasing them on the live stream, for live streaming and downloading and everything, I will do that one ridiculously high, but that's down the list, you know. And as I say, I just released one the other day with only 7 songs on it, called "Report of the Chairman," and that's something I recorded way back at 2000. And my recording techniques were a lot more primitive back then, but there was a few songs that I wanted to get out there, and so I released it. And there were actually 10 songs, I think, or maybe 11 songs on that CD, but I only recorded 7 of them, because some of them are just really not good. And the other one that I added, by the way, there was a loose production of "When Baby Lester Turns 40" that is, you know, I don't have that on any of my usable CDs, so I added that. So now you can get that if you're on Apple or Amazon Unlimited or Spotify or anything. You can hear that. Anyway, the one that will come out on the 1st of April is "Undefeated." Today's the day, by the way, 15th of March. Today's the day you can pre-order "Undefeated" if you want to. I don't know why you have to, but you can if you want. And it'll be available 1st of April. 1st of May will be "Mutants That I'll Never Understand." And then June, I've been thinking on June, I was going to do "Ample Waves of Gray," and I may do that. That's got that song about the 1966 Buick Electra 225 that gets a lot of airplay and everything. And it's related, you know, because the first half of Baby Pictures, the story of me and Baby Lester and the buggy bumpers, was me driving that car, and there's a whole chapter in it about the end of that car. But I may go back and there's a couple others I may do first. But at any rate, I hope to get through at least by the end of next year, if I'm still doing this, get through all the recordings I've done since 1999, because that's when I really try to step up my production techniques, and then do a lot of the ones from going back not from 2009, and then after that to do the ones from 1999, which aren't quite, they're a little more primitive, but 2 of them are out already. Anyway, a lot of talk, but basically this is one from 2012, 10 years ago. In the dead of night, past a figure on a bike, staring straight ahead. No words were said. May 21st, at the end of sleep, she was lying next to me. If I get it all out by the end. "What's your name?" I asked. She simply laughed. Then the green eyes burned red. I leapt out of bed. "You know me," she said. I drove back that night for the figure on the bike. For the next 3 weeks, I covered those streets. Maybe she was a dream, the sharp eyes of green, at least that's how it seems. When I give up the chase, then I'll see her face. That's always the case. and the green eyes burn red. I leapt out of bed. You know me, she said. In the dead of night, past a figure on a bike. Figure on the bike. Kind of about a dream, a possible dream. Maybe it was real, maybe it was a dream. I don't know if you watched that TV show that it's out on, we were watching it on Netflix about a woman across the street watching the girl in the window or whatever. We watched that this week. Oh, it's terrible. But my wife liked it. So we watched it all the way through. So it's kind of about that. What's a dream? What's not a dream? We don't know. And then another one, I finally got to see Drive My Car. That's on, I think that's on HBO. That's the last of the best picture films that I had not seen yet. That's different. It's 3 hours long, and it's all Japanese. If I watched it for 10 minutes, and I realized, damn, there's no subtitles on this. How the heck? I tried to learn Japanese once about 25 years ago, and thank you very much for Michaela, and it just didn't take. And so here I am, but then I realized I had to turn the subtitles on so that I'd go back and watch it all from the beginning again. Anyway, Baby Pictures, I'm planning on releasing it. I finished going through with a fine-tooth comb for the 5th time, finished the 5th draft last week. I got somebody working on editing. I was going to have Sean do the artwork on the cover, and Power of the Dog, of course, that cleaned up at the Critics Awards this week. It took me a while to figure out how that ended and everything. And I didn't think I got it, and then I sat down and thought about it a little bit. Then I read the reviews, and I guess I did get it. But whatever. So I was going to have Sean do the cover work for Baby Pictures, and then I realized there's a lot more to it than just painting a picture. And so I'm going to have them do it, the company that's doing it for me. And I'm shooting it May 21st to get it out. I'm assuming when you ask for Amazon, you're talking about the Kindle, because it'll be on a lot of the different stores, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, doing it in hardcover and ebook. And if you want to do it, if you want to get the hardcover, I would recommend, I guess I'm supposed to recommend doing it so the bookstore, the Kindle books, or the baby CD, the Book Baby bookstore, because I get more money if you do it that way. I'm not in it for the money, but I'm not in anything for the money. But the money would be nice. But Amazon, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be May 21st. But we'll see. It's hard, It's 110,000 words, so it'll be about 400 pages, 440 pages. You think that's a long book, but there's so much adventure packed in it. But the other thing is, I think I went through it with a fine-tooth comb for like the 5th time this last month, and as a writer, you'd rather have the hard book. My law book is in soft cover, and they do it every year. But the benefit to that is that they do it every year. And so the first year that I released it, there were 125 typographical errors. I'm trying to avoid that for this one, because it cost a lot of money to fix the typographical errors if you go back in after you released it. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, March 21st for that one. When you talk about dreams, you're also talking about nightmares. And of course, Calpurnia's dream was a nightmare. And you've heard this song before. It's probably the first song I ever played for you. You remember the night at the Grounds for Celebration. I asked if it was your first date. And you said, no, we're married. And I said, well, can you pretend it's your first date so I can play this song for you? I've done a lot of crazy things this year to try to heal and to cope for the fear of being back out on the prowl without a clue of where to start and what to do. Now I'm here across the table from another strange face. I just start hating this place. I'm living through a nightmare. When will I ever wake up? Living through a nightmare. It's just the same rotten luck. Takes me for the last 10 months. My nightmare. When will I wake up? My nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I've had enough. I saw her walking on McKinley Street. I thought, man, this is the woman for me. I said, let's tumble down the hill and grab a beer. When she said, sure, I felt the twinges of fear. You came along without the trace of a fight. I thought something ain't right. I'm living through a nightmare. When will I ever wake up? Living through a nightmare. It's just the same rotten luck that chased me for the last 10 months. My nightmare. When will I wake up? My nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I've had enough. She's telling stories that I don't understand. Still I smile and I reach for her hands. It's rougher than the sole of a leather shoe, and not a word that I'm saying is true. Half of me is up to take advantage of her. That would be wicked, I'm sure. I'm living through a nightmare. When will I ever wake up? Living through a nightmare. It's just the same rotten luck that chased me for the last 10 months. My nightmare. When will I wake up? My nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I've had enough. I'm living through a nightmare. When will I ever wake up? Living through a nightmare. It's just the same rotten luck that chased me for the last 10 months. My nightmare. When will I wake up? My nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I've had enough. Living through a nightmare. And this one, I guess this is about waking up from a dream too, I guess. 6:15, the sweetest of dreams, interrupted it seems by the daylight. Take hold, your body is cold, so you lay there alone and it ain't right. So cold, she's starving your soul as you lay there alone by her side. 6:15, the sweetest of dreams are harder to see in the daylight. Life today won't leave you cold, you gotta feed your starving soul. Take your breakfast with the devil. Take your breakfast with the devil. Plans made and promises laid. You made them today, crossed the table. Speak low or someone will know you've delivered your soul, crossed the table. Don't pretend you have to be friends. You're nothing but partners in crime. Plans made and promises laid. It's a passive charade from the cradle. Life today won't leave you cold. You gotta feed your starving soul. Take your breakfast with the devil. Take your breakfast with the devil. Don't pretend you have to be friends. You're nothing but partners in crime. So 10:30 you crawl back into bed and lay there alone and it ain't right. Life today won't leave you cold. You gotta feed your starving soul. Take your breakfast with the devil. 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 So that's really down to my last song. I made it. There was actually a couple I was going to do that, and I know one of them was the best part of the dream, you know, but I have to struggle to sing that one, you know, so I'm not going to sing that one. And I'm really down to my last song. Thank you for watching today. I'll probably go back and do it on my music page from now on. I wanted to try it this way to see if Terry could get in. For whatever reason, thank you. For whatever reason, Terry's been shut out of these, at least shut out from commenting. And I don't think it's something I did. You know, I always screw something up, but, you know, I've looked through, and I guess he can listen to them, but he can't watch them. So anyway, you know, I think I'll go back and do it on the music page, because I don't think this gets out so much if I just do it on my own page. But nevertheless, we may every few weeks switch back and do it on here like I did today. It may be just the weather. The weather is so nice right now. Why would you want to sit home and watch somebody's live stream when you could be out enjoying? That's what my dog says, you know. Why do you have to be practicing so much? Why don't you take me outside and let me stay out for a little bit? Because you just let me go. As soon as I poop or pee, then I got to go right back in the house, and it's just not fair. But anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week probably with something new. Thank you, Linda. I've been doing this for all of my life. It's the one thing I know, and it's brought me to a few hidden corners of the globe. Now I'm sailing into that stage in life, started taking it slow, but I still dream the dream, doubt I'll ever let it go. I will play where I can play, some dark corner or a stage. I've got something for whatever you can pay. I'm not a complicated man. All I'm asking is to stand here if you let me have an hour with this Martin in my hands. With this Martin in my hands. On a little bench on 2nd and Grand sits a man with a horn. He's been playing here since almost a year I was born. And it used to be a joke with my friends, I would wind up like him. Now I see him and I realize how lucky he's been. Play where I can play, some dark corner or a stage. I've got something for whatever you can pay. I'm not a complicated man. All I'm asking is to stand here if you let me have an hour with this Martin in my hand. This Martin in my hand. Not the best thing for my health. I'm not acquiring great wealth, but I go on because I owe it to myself. I'm not reaching for the stars. Things will stay the way they are, but I keep plugging, though I may never get that far. I will play where I can play, some dark corner or a stage. I've got something for whatever you can pay. I'm not a complicated man. All I'm asking is to stand here if you let me have an hour with this Martin in my hands. With this Martin in my hands, I will play where I can play, some dark corner or a stage. I've got something for whatever you can pay. I'm not a complicated man. All I'm asking is to stand here if you let me have an hour with this Martin in my hands. With this Martin in my hands. Thank you again. Thank you, and have a nice rest of the week.